fine.
Hello and welcome to the Morrison Run, our first mini-sode. My name is Angwin, and to my right I have...
My name is Leon.
And to my left...
And my name is Bertie.
Welcome to the Morrison's Run, the podcast where we... What is that? What is it called? The
Morrison Run.
That's the Morrison's Run.
Let's just keep
I
going.
think we should keep this
The Morrison Run, the podcast where we read and review everything written by Grant Morrison. Alright, let's get straight into it. So we got 2000 AD, we got 2 issues, Bertie. Hit him with the issues.
Is it 479 491?
479, aka Danger, Genius at Work, and 491, Candy and the Catchman.
And
Well-
to be clear, these are both short stories that were in those issues. We're not reading those full issues of 2000 AD.
No.
These are just short stories that Grant
Not
Morrison
us.
did.
We would never do that.
And they're only 5 pages, so if you want to check them out,
Please do.
They're pretty easy to read.
They're very
You'll
good.
be the fourth person to have read these.
This is we need to preface, this is our first mini-sode.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are much shorter, so this episode can be a lot shorter than our other episodes.
And mini is in small, not the car.
Beep, beep. All right, let's get straight
put
into
the sound
it.
effect.
Let's get straight into it. We're gonna start with 491, Candy and the Catchman. Okay, Leon, do you want to give a little synopsis of Candy and the Catchman?
Okay, so there's a guy. There's
Okay.
a proper old guy, and he looks proper scary. It's drawn by John Ridgeway, and John Ridgeway draws this stuff really good. It's a proper good horror art stuff. But we see this old man, and he's like, the Catchman's gonna get you, basically, and he works for a council of immortals to keep their withered bodies alive.
Yeah,
he
the
says.
Catchman.
The Catchman.
He
And
steals their bodies or whatever.
so he's gonna get you. It's like a story to tell kids to
Stay inside.
stay inside.
Yeah.
So the Catchman's gonna get you. And we see the Catchman, and he's like a bug robot guy.
He's pretty cold.
Yeah. But then Billy Candy is this guy in the story.
The goat.
So the old man's telling the story about Billy Candy. He shows up. He's like, he literally says, "Why don't you pick on someone your own size?" to the Catchman. And then he says, "Eat heat, sucker," and
He shoots him.
he shoots the Catchman. And then he's like,
and he defeats the Catchman. He defeats the Catchman, but before the Catchman dies, the Catchman steals Billy Candy's body for the immortals.
yeah,
And spoiler, we find out that the old man telling the story is Billy Candy, because the thing the Catchman steals is your youth. And he asks the kids, "Have you heard this tale?" as if it happened many years ago, and they say no, and he says it's because it happened yesterday, and he stole my youth. Yeah. Okay, if we're going to get straight into it, something I find really interesting about Billy Candy is that they're very explicit that Billy Candy, isn't a hero type. He's not even that interesting a guy. Today he just decided to beat up the Catchman.
well, I guess it's because the old man's telling it and he regrets it. So he's
yeah, maybe.
I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's heroic. I think if
Yeah.
there's an alien robot who's trying to steal the youth of kids' souls, you trying to fight him is heroic. But I can understand that he would have major regrets about it. But yeah, I really like, because it's very short, but you get all the emotions in 5 pages. And that twist at the end, I think, is actually quite compelling.
It's quite a simple story, but I think the art just really sells it.
Yeah.
When we see the Catchman, like I said, he looks like a bug robot guy. Turns out there's a guy under there. But it looks like a photo reference, the Catchman's drawn really realistically, even if he's a bug robot guy.
Yeah. I wondered if either by who's the artist again? Let's see here.
John Ridgeway.
John Ridgeway or Grant Morrison, if some of the sort of visual inspiration for this was part of a pitch for a larger story, just because it's quite there's a lot to it for a 5-page story. I think what's this big egg thing on the first
there's
page?
an egg. I mean, maybe that's the Immortals.
Yeah, and then also the Catchman just being this weird bug thing rather than just a scary old man, you know?
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool.
I immediately thought of Candyman.
Yeah, of course.
It's like it's the Catchman, and then the kid's called Billy Candy.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Candyman, but
I think it gets you.
I think he gets you. That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. Has a hook. Yeah. No, I think this one's really short and sweet. I think that, like, with these really short...
Candy.
Exactly. Yeah! I think this one's really short and sweet, and I think...
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, I actually thought about that. Yeah. Oh, damn. Wow, we're getting all the references. I think that... I really like this one because I think with these short stories, like, it's strange to compare it to Garfield. But a bit like Garfield, where you just read it and you're like, that added to my life, and it didn't take up that much time. I think this short story is actually very, very good. I think obviously, like, you're going through these episodes, like these really short stories, like, you can probably miss them a bit more than maybe, like, the bigger ones, like also Superman, Kill Boyfriend, which we've done already. But I do think it's definitely worth a read.
It'll take you a minute and a half, maybe. So.
Maybe, if you're super fast. But our more scholarly readers might take their time and whatnot. But I think this one's great. I think the art is a real seller. I think it's amazing.
I mean, I can imagine if you're reading this as part of like an issue of 2000 AD, this could be the highlight.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like I was getting like, I don't know, like really like kind of like Hellboy short story vibes from it, where I was like, it's got like a weird monster in it. It's got like a guy that fights him. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. What are you guys' highlights? I really like the reveal of the Catchman, where we see that he's this like really gross looking guy. He looks like a bit of an egg.
Under his bug helmet.
Real egg looking guy. Yeah.
He looks kind of, when he's got his helmet on, he looks kind of like in X-Men when Lilandra she's got like a bug helmet, but like Charles Xavier doesn't know it's Lilandra yet. But then it turns out it's Lilandra. It kind of looks like that.
It's kind of a bit of a tragic story when you think about it, because it's very explicit about how you can't kill the Catchman. So like any fighting Billy Candy does will inevitably end in his death anyway. But he tries because he's a hero.
Yeah.
Lettering by Tom Frame. You did a really neat job. The letters are nice.
They're good letters.
The letters are actually really nice.
They are.
The letters are kind of awesome. Yeah.
It's not the typical comic book lettering. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
The bug helmet reminds me of that bounty hunter from Star Wars. You know, there's the bug one.
Oh yeah, that's
true.
From The Empire Strikes Back, I think.
Yeah.
You know, they've got them all like lined up. It's just like cool character designs. They never come back, but they're like action figures.
Don't you guys love Star Wars?
Yeah, I love Star Wars.
Me too.
I like how Billy, because he's kind of meant to be an anti-hero. I think like he keeps trying to prove to the Catchman that he's a better thief. Because I guess the whole idea, the Catchman is viewed as kind of like the greatest thief or whatever. He steals the souls of people. And Billy Candy's just trying to show him, I don't know, trying to puff his chest out and be like, I'm a better thief than you. Which I guess adds to his whole like anti-hero thing.
But yeah, it's like sort of even though Billy Candy ultimately lost
the fight
and lost his youth, he still got a win in sort of humiliating the Catchman.
Facts. That's true.
Which I feel it kind of feels like no one else has done that, especially the expression we see on the Catchman's face when we see him. It's quite funny actually.
Yeah. I love this last page where they're like, "Oh, this story doesn't scare me. This must have happened years ago," and you don't even know if there's a new Catchman. And then the reveal that it happened yesterday. I just think it's so sad.
Yeah,
because it's almost like people have just forgotten, like even though it happened so soon, so recently.
How would you rank Billy Candy against some of your favorite comic book characters?
That's actually a very good question.
Top 3, 5.
With the Star Wars comparison. Do you think that he is a better anti-hero than Han Solo?
We got a lot more of a Han Solo, so I do feel like he's a more fully fledged character.
If they want to put Billy Candy in the next Star Wars film, I don't think people are going to know he's from Candy and the Catchman, so...
They should.
They should do, and I think it could be interesting.
It should be an Andor.
If he can beat Darth Vader in a fight.
I think Andor's...
Disney, email us at our email, which is
morrisonrun@gmail.com.
morrisonrun@gmail.com. We'll write the next Star Wars TV show.
We'll write Andor season 3. I know the last one was a definitive ending, but I'd write the Mon Mothma solo series.
I'm gonna write Chewbacca versus Darth Maul lightsaber fight.
Yeah, and we'll throw in Billy Candy in there. Yeah, but yeah, no, I think this story is great. I think that I don't know, I don't tend to read that many short stories. I really like this one, and I'm motivated to read more. Yeah.
The 3 out of the 5 pages are just coloured in different shades of green and yellow. Reminds me of the Alien posters and stuff.
It does look very,
especially with the bug guy.
I think it really works. I don't know. I think I actually quite like these shades of green and yellow because I tend to find it very annoying, especially in movies when it's all just green and yellow. It feels I don't know, like a really gross hospital. But I think here, I don't know, it really works.
Yeah, and there's some red lettering that's just spaced out, and I think that's quite interesting.
You get a real sense that it's of the setting. It's at night, you kind of get the lighting. I think it's all very good. Yeah.
Maybe Solid Snake is watching.
Yeah. Okay.
With his thermal night vision.
Who do you think would win in a fight? Billy Candy or 20 rats?
I think it would go similarly. Billy Candy would humiliate one of the rats or something, but he'd ultimately lose his cheese or whatever the rats want.
Fair. Do you think that Billy Candy, do you think he would win a cook-off against Remy from Ratatouille?
No.
No.
Do you think?
Never.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know.
I could imagine him. He's got a walking stick. He could stir a big pot of stew or something.
What if you got turned into an old man, but you were still you?
I would hate that.
I think for the rest of this episode, we should pretend we've just been turned into old men.
But we've got to talk about...
Yeah, we've got to talk about different
Danger Genius at work.
Yeah, but we could talk about that as if we're old men.
I don't want to do
that. Alright. Should we move on? Or do we...
Well, do you have any other thoughts?
No, I think it was pretty good.
I like this one.
How many
candies out
Bill. Yeah. How many rats out of 5 would you give this?
How many rats out of 5? How many rats out of a Rat King would you give this?
Yes! Okay.
I'd give this a solid 4.
I'm going to give it a Rat Prince. I think it was...
Rat Prince.
Good, yeah.
I'd give it a solid 4 because it's a good, just straight up short story. I think I'd maybe even just say 3 because it does a interesting thing. It's got some interesting ideas, but it doesn't doesn't blow me away or anything. It's just it does what it's meant to do.
I'd give it a marginal rat, a really small rat above a good rat, maybe like a member of Rat Corps level, because I think it's very, very solid. But I do think the ending is actually comes as a big surprise.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more I'd want out of a 5-page story. I think just considering the length, I think it is really good.
To be fair, I do prefer the other one. I think the other one does a lot more with 5 pages. But I do think this one, because this one's a lot more action than the other one. I think with it being mostly action, I think it moves very, very well.
Should we just get into the other one then?
Yeah. Okay, what? Danger, Genius at Work, 2000 AD 479. I think. Yes. A little synopsis. Basically, there's this dystopic future where everyone needs to be entirely equal. They need to earn the same. They need to think the same. They need to dress the same. And there's this man plagued with genius, and he invents cool things. Honestly, his inventions are actually amazing. He invents. I think one that stuck out to me is that he invents a crossing, which actually gives you enough time to cross before it turns red again.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty revolutionary.
It's amazing. And he invents a bunch of other cool things, like an alarm clock that waits till the end of a good dream or whatever. But for his crimes of being different and not being entirely equal, the Equality Police, Terry, who I think is the main named member of the Equality Police, and the protagonist of this story, need to track him down and put him in the Equalizer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What are everyone's thoughts?
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't know, I'm going to just touch on the art quick as well. I think it's very well done. I think
It's
visually,
very 2000 AD.
It is.
Vibes.
It borrows a lot from Judge Dredd. Or maybe that's just a lot of 2000 AD comics, but like the helmets, and there's like a panel with or a couple panels where you see like a mask hanging over a guy's forehead and then a big like grumpy face underneath, like Judge Dredd. So
Yeah.
Colors as well, very good. But yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Good story. Maybe you're right about it kind of delivering a bit more in 5 pages than Candy and the Catchman.
I really like it.
This feels like it could be the start of something more with this world. I feel like there could be more of a story going into these characters, whereas even if Candy and the Catchman did establish like an interesting aesthetic and an interesting world, it didn't feel like there was much more
due to the sort of fairy tale parody nature of the story.
It didn't feel like there was much more to go there, but this one I'm like, I kind of want to know more about this world. Like we see like a council, like I guess the Equality Council or whatever. I feel like all of them could be characters and everything.
Yeah, and we do the end of the story after one of the Equal Police. I can't remember what they're actually called. Is it just Equality?
Equality Police.
Yeah, one of the Equality Police arrests the clever guy. He starts to like come up with these ideas and stuff.
Yeah, right at the end, he says like a mousetrap or whatever, right?
Yeah, and I think that's intended to, I don't know, just let you think about how it could progress. But yeah, it could be more. It could be a follow-up or a longer story to come out of this.
Yeah, they do one of my least favorite things. They burn books in this story right at the end, and like that's the only time that I think Terry cracks like a full smile. Like for most of it, Terry's like the main Equality Police officer, right? He's like super grumpy, super angry. Whenever he sees the genius, he's super annoyed. Like the way they talk about him, like they're like, oh, I know his type. He's a classic genius. He's got all these good ideas and stuff. And he's super annoyed until he's able to burn the books, and then he discovers the mousetrap, which is pretty cool. Yeah. I really like this like visor design, like the whole like kind of like the helmet, and then the visor really sticks out. Like I don't know, I think it's really cool. It reminds me a lot of like the helmet from the beginning of Dark Knight Returns, and I guess Judge Dredd as well, which I think is really cool. But yeah. No, I agree with Leon that like it feels like you've really set something up here. Like I feel like you could have a whole like story about Terry or whatever, which would be really cool. Like him going through it and kind of in the constant cycle of information.
Yeah.
What?
I think that's interesting because we see like, what's his name? Thelonious or something?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, or like it's not Thelonious. It's like.
What does he call himself?
The genius guy we're talking about.
Theophilus Pritt.
Theophilus Pritt. So towards the end of the story, he like gets like his intelligence like neutralized.
Yeah.
So what I'm a bit confused about is, I would have thought, so Terry doesn't have his intelligence to neutralize.
Maybe not.
So because he is able to have that idea at the end.
Yeah, that's interesting actually. Maybe the officers don't, or maybe it's more just like it's like almost impossible to entirely neutralize, like equalize intelligence. Yeah. Maybe like there will always be.
I thought it was one of the people arresting him that had the idea, not him becoming one of the.
No, well, he becomes Terry, but then original Terry also has an idea.
Yeah, I think are they all Terry? Is that the idea? They're all Terry.
I don't think they were all, because you can see their names. There's Terry. Oh, are they? I think they are all Terry.
Yeah.
Damn.
Some shade is being thrown at Terrys in this story. Yeah. I've never met a Terry, I don't think. No, I have. I met a guy called TJ. But he was alright. So I don't know. But
Shout out.
Are there any comic book Terrys?
There's Terry Crews.
Terry Orange.
Terry's like chocolate orange.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Terry Dodson, the comic book artist.
Right.
Good art. Yeah. And his wife Rachel Dodson does his inks.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
On the subject, what do you guys think about the inking and the colours here? Because I think that the purple costumes are really, really striking.
I think the colours are well done.
Yeah.
It does, because it's definitely got a color palette. It's not like Candy and the Catchman, which is quite strictly green, yellow, black during those 3 pages. But it is you've got quite distinct purples, yellows, greens. That
I think it's also interesting. I really like. I said this in Kill Your Boyfriend, but I really like this era of coloring.
Yeah.
This is like they're starting to use different, more tones and shades, especially in like regular Marvel comics. I think, and DC comics, I think at this time still had pretty flat colors, but in things like 2000 AD or more prestige graphic novels, they were using more tones, but it was still based on a classic style of comic book inking where you've got strong blacks and then pretty flat colors. But you can have that with more complex tones, and I really like that style.
Yeah. I think this is great. I do prefer it to Billy and the Catchman. Not that we have to compare, but I just think it does quite a lot in its 5 pages. I think like his inventions are kind of like the funniest part. I think like the fact that like it's quite, I don't know. I guess it's meant to be a bit of a critique of like real, crossings and how annoying like real alarms are.
Well, it's a critique of anti-intellectualism.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's very good.
Who did the art? I don't know if we said. S. Dillon.
S. Dillon?
Yeah, no first name.
S. Dillon, yeah.
Cool.
What you were saying about the colours, I was just thinking about, it was called Gateway City by Russell Mark Olson. I just double-checked that. But it was one I picked up from Thought Bubble. That was similar in that it was a throwback to kind of Jack Kirby comics and stuff, or early Marvel. But it was, the colouring was very different. Even though it was set in that era, it was still pop colours, but it was there was some more toned down bits and stuff like that. And I think it looked good. Definitely the style improved in later volumes, but
I'm really interested. There's just speaking of that, there is a Alex Ross. Alex Ross is known for doing that painted style. Listeners definitely have seen his artwork of he does pin-ups of characters and stuff like that. But it's a very realistic painterly style. But he recently did a Fantastic Four comic where he did it in in inks, and it was colored with very bright colors reminiscent of Jack Kirby stuff. And that was quite interesting to see quite a modern art style that you wouldn't see back in the day in a more classic context. Yeah.
To clarify, the artist is called Steve Dillon.
I kind of thought
just did a little research. Yeah. Steve Dillon. Yeah, the art is great. But yeah, I don't know. I think with it having a bit more of a variable color palette, it doesn't stick out as much aesthetically compared to just purely color wise as Billy and the Catchman. But I do really I don't know. I think with a sci-fi setting, you can kind of throw in quirky colors a bit more.
Yeah, I think the faces are all really expressive as well. And I just think, well drawn. Just the poses and the environments, I just think are just quite flawless.
What do you think he's gonna invent with the mousetrap? That was my thought, because a mousetrap seems like quite a strange thing to point out as the beginning of an idea.
Probably a person trap or something.
Maybe. Oh, that makes sense, because he's a quality officer.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool actually. So I didn't think about that, because my initial thought is he's gonna break away or whatever. He's gonna become intellectual, but maybe he'll be allowed to be an intellectual because he's gonna make be better for the equality police, which is pretty cool. Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on the design of the Equalizer? I think he looks pretty funny because it looks like he's got teeth or whatever.
It does.
Yeah, I think it's quite silly.
I think both of these comics are interesting because in what we've done so far, we've kind of gone back in time. We started with All-Star Superman, which is from I think 2005.
Five, yeah.
And then we went about 10 years before that for Kill Your Boyfriend, and now this is around 1986. Both of these stories. which is sort of right before Grant Morrison's about to like blow up with Doom Patrol at DC. So it's interesting to see this. Grant Morrison, I think, does have earlier stuff than this in their career, but this is like pretty early in the context, so it's quite interesting to see that contrast.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. You guys have any other thoughts?
How many if we gave the first story a rating out of rats or whatever.
Should do mice.
Mice, yeah.
Yeah. How many mice out of a molehill would you give this?
I'm gonna give it a Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm gonna give it a
email
titmouse.
Huh?
I'm gonna give it a titmouse.
What's a titmouse?
I don't know. It's a kind of mouse.
I'll give it like a pretty big one, like quite a big mouse. I give it a bigger mouse than the amount of rat that I gave the other one. By it's like
squirrel,
like a noticeable, maybe a squirrel, by like a noticeable margin. But yeah, I think that this one. The thing is, I feel like if I had to recommend just reading one of them, I'd probably recommend reading Billy and the Candy and the Catchman a bit more.
Yeah.
Candy and the Catchman, just because it's a bit more final. You kind of have more of a neat bow. Oh, this one you're kind of left wanting, but maybe that's what you're wanting. Then read this one. Yeah. So yeah, awesome.
Yeah, or if you like Judge Dredd,
of course,
read that.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of Judge Dredd is like very short stories as well.
Oh yeah.
Some of them are 5 pages and stuff too. So.
Awesome. Well, that's been us. I've been Angwin.
I've been Leon.
I've been Bertie.
And this is our first mini-sode of the Morrison run. Thank you for listening.
Next.
I want to say next episode. Also, it's been like raining more heavily, so I don't know if you wanted that background noise because it's been changing.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, we could try. It's it kind of cuts out like stuff that's like patterned and stuff, so it might work. Might hear a bit of it, and that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So should we say
next week we are reading Fantastic Four.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Which is a miniseries that Grant Morrison did with Jay Lee in the 2000s.
It's real good. So tune in.
And that's
sorry.
And that's also just 4 issues. So definitely recommend checking that out before
it's
next
fantastic.
episode. All right, save it for next episode, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.